This is the screencast for section 3.6, example 6. Annual percentage yield. You probably have heard it as APY before. It's on a lot of credit card commercials or things talking about car loans, etc. APY is basically a common basis for comparing investments. So they take out the whole compounded quarterly or compounded continuously or whatever, and they say from day one, January 1st, to the end of the year, December 31st, what percent will you end up with more in your bank account? So we're going to compute annual percentage yield. Ursula invests $2,000 with Crab Key Bank, all right, at 5.15% annual interest compounded quarterly. So Ursula's situation is that she takes her $2,000 and puts it into an account that invests or that gives her 5.15% interest quarterly for, we're going to say, 1 year. We want to know what is the equivalent APY. So at the end of this same year, if she had her $2,000 in another account, what would have been her basic interest rate at the end of that 1 year? So without the whole compounding quarterly. So on the left side, I'm going to calculate her actual investment's value at the end of the year. $2,000 invested at 5.15% interest quarterly for 1 year. That totals $2,105 and about 1 cent. So the question is, the extra money she earned, so basically that $105, that's not 5.15%, it's a little bit over 5.15%. So we need to find out exactly how much that is. So we're going to divide both sides by the 2,000 to see what her percent was at the end of the day, or the end of the year. So I get 1.0525. Very important to carry this out 4 decimal places, and that's equals 1 plus r. So if I subtract 1 from both sides, I get 0.0525 for the r value. Now remember that r value represented a basic interest rate to cover the entire year, no compounding or anything. So from start to finish, she actually ended up in her account with 5.25% more than she started with, because when you compound, you actually gain more interest than just the simple 5.15%. The Now Try problem number 41 asks us to find the annual percentage yield, or APY, for the investment. $3,000 at 6% compounded quarterly. So this person is going to take $3,000, invest it in an account at 6% interest compounded quarterly for 1 year, and we want to find out if that same $3,000 was invested in a very simple account that just compounded once a year. What interest rate over the whole year, how much more money will this person have in their account? So on the left side, I'm going to calculate how much money this person would have in their account after it was compounded quarterly. So at the end of the year, this person will have $3,184.09, which is going to be a little bit over 6%. So I need to solve, I'm going to divide both sides by 3,000. This person has 1.0614-ish, which if I subtract 1 from both sides, means their R value is 0.0614, which means 6.14% yield at the end of the year. So the investment produced a total of 6.14% more than what they started with at the beginning of the year.